Okay guys, you're welcome to today's tutorial. My name is Prince. If you're new here, please consider subscribing on this channel. I normally do church graphics tutorials such as the one you're going to watch and probably the ones that you've seen, so we just do that. But before we get started, allow me to still just make an emphasis that the bundle is still going at $5, 18 templates in total, and these are going to be amazing for your work. Another good news is that I'm going to be having a class or classes for a month every Saturday in preparation for the festive season and early next year. Now, if you have been doing graphics for some time, you understand that during the end of the year, even pastors that we are not doing any types of designs during the year, they will definitely come around for crossover flyers, church calendars, church stickers, stuff like that. So I want to prepare graphic designers for this festive season, because we'll begin to see this next month. So please, if you want to know how to go around designing a calendar in Photoshop, designing a crossover church flyer, designing stickers, the dimensions and stuff like that, please do consider being part and parcel of my upcoming classes for 1 month, once every week. The classes are going to be going at $5, just like the templates, $5. But if you want the resources that we're going to be because when we are doing a class, definitely there will be resources. So if you want the resources that will be in the lessons, you need to put an extra $5. So it will be $10 for those that wants to walk away with the resources. So the template, the graphics that I want to do now is something that is now common on Pinterest and Instagram. Yeah, but I will tell you one thing, this thing is not really, I've done already this in the background just to, because it was a bit of some work. So in case you are new and you're saying, how did you do that? So what I did was I just used this rectangular, a rounded rectangular tool to draw a shape of my desire. And then on the properties, if you have not seen the properties, you can come to your windows and make sure properties is checked, and then you're gonna find it here. Sometimes it's somewhere here, depending with the version and how your Photoshop is set. So once you open your property settings, you're gonna come here and then just make sure that your stroke is activated, and then you choose the size of the stroke. So the stroke is the outer lining. Okay, you choose the stroke that you want, and then once you are okay with the stroke, you can now go ahead and just find your image, the one that you want to clip inside of that shape. Yeah, so you find your image that you want to clip. Like I can get this one. I'm just showing you what I did there. Okay, yeah, because I didn't want to do that on the video. So we do this, and then you can right click on the image that you want to clip, and then you can create a clipping mask, and then you have something like that. So you can see that this one is not as clear as this is because the opacity of this particular one was dropped to 60. So I can just group these and probably drop it to 60 or it will be like that. So yeah, but then let us move into the design that I want to do, that I want to try and do. And I have my this here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a duplicate of that so that I can have a backing. And then for now, I'm gonna try and just make sure that the opacity is up to the max 100, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll go ahead and just merge. Okay, and then once these are merged, I'll make sure that I turn them, or I convert them into smart objects so that they don't get distorted as we try to move them around. Okay, so the design that I want to do is the one that whereby you have these images, but they're just kind of, what happened? I think I've already made a mistake. Okay, so we'll do the same, but this time around we'll be merging and converting, merging, converting, merging, converting, merging, converting, merging, converting, and then the last one merging and then converting. So we have this. So what is going to happen is that I'm going to make some just be invisible for now, maybe just drop all of these, and then I'm going to bring this one and then probably just distort and then just, you know, just make it like so. Okay, we're gonna have that. Can bring in the next one, maybe it's this one, can put it on top of this like so, and then after that and then after this we're gonna just make maybe okay, so let's let's just make this as big as so, and then just maybe make it like this. Open another one, make it like this, make it like this. Okay, maybe bring another one. Okay, gonna have the main preacher on top. So let us just activate another layer. We can get this one distorted as well, but we'll do something like this. Maybe like so. So you know these ones, I think you have seen, like I said, you have seen this design before. They don't really come in a way like maybe there is the way they are supposed to be done in terms of how you are supposed to probably bend your images and do whatever. No, it's just a matter of what you want and what you feel comfortable with, and then you can go right ahead and just begin to bend, you know, to bend. You can begin to bend them the way you want. Okay, there's nothing like this is the only way they're supposed to be. No, you can bend them and put them the way you want. Sorry, I was just responding to something. Okay, so after this now, you can choose, maybe they are too big. Again, you can make them smaller. Okay, in case they are too big, you can make them smaller. Okay, so there's no culture. You can just bend them the way you want them to be bended. Okay, so we're gonna have, I don't know, maybe just reduce the opacity a bit, you know. So maybe again make another duplicate. This one maybe just drop them out like so, and then drop the opacity, and then let us try to see if we can probably just maybe like so. We can add the layer mask. We can add a layer mask and then maybe just paint in the inside the pictures in case. Okay, so since now this is done, I can choose which background I want to use. Let me group them again. If I want, I can drop it like that. There is another thing that so hard light, can we see what hard light can do to our image? Okay, I can change a few things here and there depending with what I want, but let us see what that can do on this one. No way. On this it has looked amazing. Okay, so let us just return it and bring that. So what I can do now is I can now go ahead and probably just add I just need to add something, you know. I can just leave it like that, maybe even a stadium. I can drag in now. Oh no, this is not good. I don't like it when Photoshop does this, whereby I need to open things like this. I don't like it, trust you me. Okay, so we're gonna be, we see what will happen if we add this, and then bring it direct in here. Direct in here, like maybe even just there, like so. And then we try to blend it in. Okay, I just didn't want it to be too plain. I just wanted something in the background, and like so. So sometimes or if I wanted, I can probably maybe I could have also done this. Okay, and then probably some people can do this. Okay, maybe add that, come back, and then maybe just add this. Okay, okay, so maybe here put in a shadow, select it, put this on top, sorry, then put in a shadow. Some people, they can do that, not really, oh sorry, not this can make sense. Maybe perspective, and then just do this. Okay, do that, and then sorry, once that is done, play it a bit, maybe like so. Okay, so there are some people can do this, just trying to make it look like, you know, it is something, or let it be the way it was, or like so, without adding anything to it, giving it a bit of some, you know, or deleting everything, finding something that already has. I think I had used that. I think I had used this on the previous design. Let me open this. Yeah, so let me open this. Let me just close this one first, and then I can just get it direct from here. There was the one, actually I'd used this one, sorry. So if you look at this one, it already provides a down ground. Are you seeing that? It's already shows like it's part of this. So what I can do from here probably is just find a nice blend, and then also color dodge. I'd loved the way the pink was coming out. What if we add, no, this is where I want this thing to be at. Okay, so what if we make a duplicate, and then the other one we blay it out. Okay, and then we go on the layer mask and restore some of those, and then come here and just rub this off, and then activate this, and then just rub this off. Okay, so I can see this is now looking very much nice. So now from here, then just depends with what you want to add. I can open this, come to shadows, okay, like so. Okay, so that's just what I wanted to show you, how this can be achieved, because I know definitely maybe someone will ask you to say, how did you do that? I want you to make something like that for me, you know. So let's try to add in words. We can say 40, or we can just say days. Okay, so we put in this. Why is it looking okay? So we can put in 40 days. And put in 40 days. Prayer. Put prayer maybe here, prayer. And can it make sense? Prayer and fasting. This really looks great, guys. Okay, so we can see that we're getting some stuff here. So lock. So we can put in this prayer and 40 days prayer and fast. And then duplicate this. And then what else can we add? We can find the scripture that talks about prayer and fasting. So prayer and fasting scriptures. Excuse, sorry. Okay, so just for education purposes, we're gonna add this scripture here. And then we can say okay, so I'm just putting things, okay, 27 to 29th November. I don't have to start counting. I'm just giving you the idea. And then we can say breaking. Can say breaking 17 hours. Then here we can say at church. Breaking 17 hours at church. And then I can steal some stuff from here, like his name. And then what else can we steal? Okay, we can steal maybe contacts. We can steal maybe contacts. And then this time around, these ones can become a bit bold. Like so. So we had, I think I had a venue here, right? So I can steal that as well. And then get rid of the word church. And then just have the whole venue. Breaking 17 hours venue. Yeah, I think this is okay. Yeah, so maybe I can get this, duplicate, we just want to see what can happen in designing. Okay guys, I'm done. This is what I just wanted to try to do. I think you have an idea. So when it comes to the images, remember what I've said. There's no culture, there's no ways that this is the only standard way in which these are supposed to be done. It just depends with what you want. Okay, just depends with what you want, because already here, if I was given a chance, I can make this, I think, straight. Okay, so it's him on the face, so I can duplicate this, bring it here. Okay, maybe this one I can make it straight, like so. It will just depends with what you want at the end of the day. Okay, so I would do some color grading in the background. I don't do that here because there are people who are paying for that class. So see you guys. Drop a comment, drop a like. That is what encourages people like me. Shalom, shalom. And before I say my shalom, sorry, my contacts are provided in the description of this video. Get in touch with me, those that wants to be part of the class. $5 is all you need, and then I'm gonna walk you over a number of things and just prepare you mentally to some of the things. And if you have questions, please feel free to be part, and then I'll be able to answer. There's just a number of things I just want to share for 4 Saturdays, and then yeah,